Joseph Hachem came to Vegas to show the world he's no one-hit wonder.
Should have folded like 10 minutes ago.
Now the chip leader at our final table, he's earned respect and attention from his peers.
Let's go, boys. Come on.
Joe Hachem.
Joe Hachem. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! Yeah, Hachem.
He's back again. He's not a fluke.
Woo!
Joseph Hachem.
Pass the sugar.
He is the real deal.
I took a putt down.
He's probably the favorite right now.
But being the favorite comes with a price. You're also the target of everyone else at the table.
Unbelievable.
Joseph Hachem. You're going down, baby.
Call the police.
Now with another championship within reach, Hachem is focused and determined.
I think winning today would be as good as winning another bracelet.
Will the man from down under ride his rush to another title, or will one of Hashem's 7 rivals send him packing?
I can taste it. It's too sweet.
Pass the sugar.
Welcome to the World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Life. We're here at Bally's Casino Circuit event in Las Vegas, Nevada, and there is what the players came for, over $450,000 in cash to the winner. We started with 134 players, and now only 8 remain at our final table, vying for the cash, the coveted circuit ring, and of course, the title of champion. Hello, everybody. I'm Lon McCarron, along with Norman Chad. If your memory of Joseph Hachem winning the main event last year has faded, well, you're in luck. The world champ is back at a final table, and he's picking up where he left off with the chip lead.
Hachem, like Greg Raymer and Chris Moneymaker, was labeled a fluke almost as soon as he became world champion. This is our first good look at him since then, and frankly, you gotta like what you see. So you might as well memorize Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. I already have.
And there is Joseph Hachem back in the World Series limelight. Also here, Kido Pham, called free roll because his friends say his whole life's a free roll after escaping war-torn Vietnam.
Doug Lee, the Rio Circuit champion, made a World Series final table in 2005. And there's Scotty Nguyen, our short stack, who says I'm short stacked. That means my chances to win are 95%.
As you can see on the Castrol chip count, rounding out our final table are Stephen Hudak, John Smith, Lee Watkinson, and J.C. Tran. We've got some characters here. John Smith is a highway contractor from California.
And he won $1 million in a Baccarat tournament several weeks ago.
Amazing. Kido Pham says, do your thing, Joe.
Not this time.
Joe will fold. And there is Lee Watkinson. Watkinson will fold. Now to Stephen Hudak,
who went to the University of Maryland, which I believe is the southernmost school in the Ivy League line.
You went there, I think, didn't you?
Yes.
On the Milwaukee's Best Light pocket cam, Scotty Nguyen folds Queen-8 offsuit. Over to Doug Lee with a King-Deuce of hearts. And he's going to raise it up from the small blind to 15,000.
He's raising, and he's already in rally cap mode.
Indeed. J.C. Tran now from Sacramento, California with an ace-5 of clubs.
Tran started playing poker in college, says his parents were against it at first. They always are, Lon. Heck, my parents didn't want me to get a mohawk haircut.
He will make the call with the ace-5 and the lead over Doug Lee. Doug with a king-deuce suited. To the flop is 8-king-2. Wow, what a flop. Tran with a nut flush.
And no luck here for Doug Lee. He's flopped 2 pair at a bad time.
Oh, this is trouble brewing. And Doug Lee comes out with 20,000 chips.
JC deciding whether he's going to move now or move later with the nut flush.
Do it.
Doug Lee says, do it.
Do it.
And, of course, JC will make the call. Doug Lee licking his lips, but he is going to find he's in trouble. And 9 of hearts. Doug Lee only has one more shot on the river to win this.
All in.
And Lee's going to push.
Call.
And an immediate call from J.C. Tran.
One of the easiest he'll ever make.
Well, Tran will be all in, but he has a hammerlock on this hand.
Deuce.
With the nut flush. Doug Lee in danger of losing a lot of chips.
You do a deuce away, right? Yeah. You do a king away, right? You do a king away? You do a deuce? All the outs are gone. They all do it away.
Doug Lee actually has 4 outs left.
How about another club?
Lee needs a king or a deuce to knock out J.C. Tran.
Now the river card. Another club, and J.C. Tran wins the hand. He doubles up and takes more than half of Doug Lee's chips. Wow, what a hit to our former chip leader.
Tran told us that Doug Lee is unpredictable and will put his chips in with strange hands. That was a strong hand in which Doug got his chips in. It was just bad luck for him.
And J.C. Tran now approaching 200,000 chips.
JC, we friend now, okay?
Take it easy. Easy on us now. I take it easy on you yesterday when I said yes, give you 11,000. Remember?
Suddenly they're afraid of JC.
Remember that, JC?
Well, poker players tend to have selective memory, so I don't think he'll remember what Kido is claiming.
First prize money of over $450,000 and the championship ring. It will go to the winner of this final table. Our chip leader, Joseph Hachem, will fold. Lee Watkinson has been very quiet, but still managed to make this championship table. And over to Hudak, and he gives it up.
That's one smart-looking 17-year-old.
He's actually legal. He's 22. Now Doug Lee, King Deuce again. He just lost chips with King Deuce, and now he's going to play it again.
Doug Lee, what I told you about raise my blind, sir?
Raised to 15,000.
When I got the good hand.
On tilt.
Oh, Kido talking trash.
Never on tilt.
He may never be on tilt, but Doug seems to have a weakness for King Deuce.
Jack 10 off suit for Kido Pham.
Me and Doug, huh? All right.
Kido totals he thinks Doug Lee is weak and loves to gamble.
You're on tilt right now. It's hard to play with you. Whatever the flop come, you're going to move me in. Well, I play to win.
The last time Kido said he plays to win, he knocked out Ricky Zillum from this tournament.
Doug Lee and Pham, pretty much a coin flip to the flop. And here we go. It is 9 King Queen. Pham picks up a king high straight. Lee pairs his king.
And that's the second straight time Doug Lee's opponent has flopped a made hand, and each time Lee has caught a big piece of the flop.
Pham checks to Lee. Doug Lee in trouble again. 14,000.
I know it. Flop come, whatever the flop you're going to bet.
Kido doing a little Shakespeare in the Park here indoors.
I got the best hand. I'll show you.
Doug said he's got the best hand.
I can see your best hand. I'm going to see it.
Kido will make the call.
And just a smooth call from Kido with the straight.
Doug Lee in a world of trouble here. Needs help on this turn. Turn card's a 5.
Go ahead and bet.
And Pham goading Doug Lee. Lee, who is drawing dead now.
Lee with top pair.
All in.
Doug Lee is all in.
Call.
Pham will call, and Doug Lee is all out.
It's not my day.
Lon, it's not his day.
Just not my day.
Wow. King Deuce twice, and he runs into a world of trouble, and Doug Lee eliminated in 8th place. Kido Pham takes down Doug Lee. Lee will leave with just over $50,000 in 8th place, and very disappointed. Kido Pham sits at the head of the table with over 350,000 chips.
The 2006 World Series of Poker is presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, brewed for a man's taste, Miller Brewing Company, and in part by Harris Entertainment, home of the world's richest poker tournament. The World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light.
Welcome back inside Bally's. 7 players are still left at this final table, including 2005 main event world champion Joseph Hachem.
Dealer, stop. Sorry, boss. I
What's
forgot.
going on?
Take one of these each, please.
Oh, it's
So you can pass the sugar later on.
Pass the sugar was the Hachem battle cry of the 2005 main event. My trademark expression, Lon, is pass the sweet and low.
That's Hashem's wife, Jeannie, with a smile on her face. Her husband hamming it up, but as lighthearted and easygoing as Joseph seems to be at the table, you'd probably be surprised to know he can have quite the temper.
I'm Lebanese by origin. My blood is at boiling temperature at rest. So imagine how hard it is for me to maintain my composure through hard times. I've kicked a couple of chairs in my life. I threw a water bottle at a friend once. Yeah, I can have a temper. I kind of worked my way through it playing online, where you get so many bad beats in a short space of time that if you don't learn to control yourself, you just go broke. I fall. Not time for me to go. My biggest battle today will be to maintain my composure. I'm very aggressive by nature, but I really won't start playing until there's 3 left. So if I make a bad mistake, by overplaying hands early on. I want to be so upset with myself.
What have I walked into here, boys?
It's going to be a tough day today, but my sight is set on winning.
When he won the main event, he had the same strategy. His game plan was, I can't win it with 7 or 8 people left, so he nursed a short stack for a long time until it got short-handed.
Kido Pham with ace-4 of hearts. And he will make the call of the big blind. Big blind at 4,000 now. So Hachem folds the same hand, ace-4.
This Hudak kid, look out for him. He's a Terp with brains. Well, that's almost redundant.
Some would say. JC Tran with pocket jacks.
JC in the small blind.
And he will just call the big blind. John Smith in the big blind with 7-8, no raises in front. He'll check his option. So we've got 3 players going to the flop. JC Tran with his pocket jacks has the lead at the moment. Here we go. King, 4-6, 2 clubs. Tran keeps the advantage with the pocket jacks.
Pham paired his 4, and Smith's got a gut shot straight draw.
JC Tran checks. Smith checks. Pham reaching for chips, cut from the same cloth as Mark Safe or Mike Matiso.
And Tran says that he fears Pham the most here at the final table because he's so aggressive.
12,000 from Pham is called by Tran. Smith folds, so heads up. Tran with the advantage in his jacks. Kido Pham needs some help. And there it is, an ace and the lead on the turn for Kido Pham.
Hachem would have made an identical aces up if he'd played the hand.
Tran checks his jacks.
50,000.
Kido Pham will not check. 50,000.
Tran with the pocket jacks, and JC might not put Kido Pham on an ace because Kido did not raise before the flop. So Tran might think he has the best hand right now.
It's the last hand, man. Let us go to the restroom.
I'm all in.
Tran moves all in.
How much?
And
Count it.
Kido somehow talks Tran into an all-in, and that's going to be bad news for JC.
But JC does not believe that Pham has the better hand, even with 2 overcards on the board.
And Kido calls him.
And Kido makes the call with a good shot at knocking out JC Tran right here.
The same hand as you, exactly.
Over.
Same hand, but on the sidelines. It's Kido's hand that's in play right now, and he's got Tran on the hook. JC Tran will need a jack and a jack only, or he will be whamboozled.
And oh, he got the jack! Oh, a bolt of lightning keeps JC Tran at this table. Kido Pham can't believe it, but JC may be more stunned than anyone else. Oh, what a turnaround.
No, I knew I had the best hand on flop. The turn I wasn't too sure about.
Occasionally you make the wrong move at the right time. JC Tran misread Kido's hand and doubles up.
We still boys, right? You ain't mad at me, right?
I'm mad at the dealer.
Hachem lucky he got out of that hand.
You got me to call saying what you said. You said go to the on break, go to the bathroom or something like that.
Oh, Kido Pham took that beat surprisingly well, Norman.
Maybe he's self-medicating. That's what I do.
Whatever works for you guys. I meditate. Kido Pham still on top of the heap. Stephen Hudak, the low stack right now with 66,000 chips. We continue 7-handed.
There's the face of a champion.
The youngest face in this tournament, Stephen Hudak, 22 years old.
Still love, baby. Still love.
Raised.
Hudak raises to 15,000 with his pocket queens. Scotty gets out of the way. Over to John Smith. No thanks, and Kido Pham will fold. Joseph Hachem
in the big blind.
Ace-8 of clubs. Cost him 9,000 more to make the call, and he does that indeed. Hudak in the lead with his queens, and here we go. 9 ace, deuce, all spades. Hachem takes the lead with aces.
Hudak has a spade flush draw along with his queens.
And a check from Hachem. And Hudak moves all in.
That's the right move, son. And I tell you, these Australians have no idea how to deal with someone from Maryland. See ya!
I call.
And Hachem calls.
I call.
Oh, that's not good.
Hudak will find himself behind with his queens to Hashem's aces.
So we're a little behind, okay? We're not concerned. We've won national championships at Maryland when we're behind. I'll take a spade on the turn, and if we don't get one on the turn, I want one on the river.
Spade. Hashem's wife, Jeannie, very happy with the developments at this table, but again, Joseph Hachem hates to look at the cards as they come out. Now the turn card. It's a black 4, but a club no good for Hudak.
Red card. We need a red card on the river.
Who is this joker asking for a red card? All right, Lon, we need a queen or a spade right now.
Oh, sorry, man. It's a deuce of hearts.
Crooked, fix.
Hachem wins it. Hudak is gone.
Fix.
Maryland has been eliminated from this tournament in 7th place. Stephen Hudak takes home almost $63,000. So a strong finish here to back up his 2 World Series cashes.
I got the sugar. There's
and
one.
he hands the sugar to Hachem, a nice gesture from the defeated foe.
I'll tell you, we can stick the sugar.
That's what Scotty's doing. Scotty's sitting there just waiting.
I'm just kicked back and looking all good.
Y'all go ahead and knock yourself out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened at the final table, the World Series. I just sat around, short stack, and they were just going boom, boom the whole time.
Joseph Hachem pounced at the right moment and caught Hudak getting greedy, needy, and anxious, and Hachem is once again our chip leader. Welcome back to the World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. This Bally's Casino Circuit event is down to 6 players now. The blinds are at 3,000 and 6,000. Over to Kido Pham. He's won over $700,000 in 2 World Poker Tour final tables in the last 13 months. Kido raised it up to $17,000 with his 6-5 of clubs. Over to Scotty Nguyen. Pocket kings in the big blind. How will he handle Kido? He will make the call.
He plays the king soft, so Scotty gets cute, but you can't play the same way all the time. If you do, you become too easy to read.
And now we go to our flop. It is Ace-Jack-8. Kido looking for a straight or flush, but he whiffs. Scotty's still in the lead.
And the ace on the board might concern Scotty. He does check.
Now Kido Pham has been aggressive recently. He'll be aggressive here. 30,000 with nothing.
I'm telling you, Lon, it is not easy playing against Kido Pham. He raised with small suited connectors, then he bets a flop that he completely missed. He's got a very dangerous tournament style.
I love this guy.
All right, I saw JJ do it.
That's how you move in with style.
That's a great read from Scotty.
61,500. Kido kicks it in. Yeah, and Scotty Nguyen will take the hand, but he only shows his kings to the crowd.
Show one, show all, right?
Wait. Anybody get a marker?
Scotty showed everybody in the crowd, but nobody at the table.
Oh, what's he doing? He's looking for a
I'm sure
marker.
this deck is bad. He must have saw my car, so.
He's become T.O.
he didn't pull it out of his sock, luckily. He's going to sign the kings.
Here we go, baby.
It's part of the deck.
Going to souvenirs. This is like a magic trick you'd see at some other Vegas hotel. 1 king, 2 kings. Okay.
Now he's showing off.
I feel love, baby.
Well, now they've got a 50-card deck. This changes everything. Percentages change. It's hard to make Broadway.
Hachem on the Castrol chip count is still our leader. Kido Pham in 3rd despite taking that hit. Over $450,000 to the champion of this final table. Scotty Nguyen throws his cards to the center of the table that time. Nice of him. John Smith, Ace-6 of diamonds. And all he's got in the pot, 41.5.
Can I show my card? Then I say,
You know what? You're my friend, so do what you need to do.
I call.
Why? That was the nicest all-in and call.
Smith and Pham have bonded here. Smith, a Purple Heart veteran of the Vietnam War. Pham from Vietnam. And during this tournament, they have talked a lot about Kido's homeland.
Kido Pham in command. Smith is all in, and the flop is 10, deuce, 8, no diamonds for Smith.
That is a bleak-looking flop for John Smith.
Now the turn card. It's another 2, and that is no help to Smith.
There are ways he can still stay alive here. A 10 or 8 on the river, and they would split the pot, or a 6, and John Smith would win and stay alive.
River, oh, it's a 5, and that does shut the door on John Smith. Kido Pham wins the hand. Smith eliminated in 6th place. He'll win almost $76,000 for his efforts. Pham is making a strong run at his first major title, but Kido's poker achievements are not his first priority because for Kido, nothing takes a back seat to his family.
Right now, I'm not looking at poker as my career right now because I have 2 children to raise. I have one, her name is Isabella, and another one is 4 years old. His name is Joshua. He got autism. It's hard to communicate with him. It is very, very difficult. Very. I mean, we always have hope. We have to support him 100%. That's the reason why my wife is not working anymore and she's home trying to take care of Joshua. Today, in front of national TV, I want to say thanks to my wife. After this tournament, I want to go back there and give him a hug and tell Joshua, give Daddy a kiss. I play this one for Joshua.
Kido and his wife T hope to someday build a church in his native Vietnam. Kido says he also plans to donate 40% of the winnings from this tournament to charity. We continue now 5-handed at this Bally's final table. Scotty Nguyen will fold. Over to J.C. Tran. Ace Queen. Tran cashed 3 times in the 2005 World Series. He's going to raise to 18,000.
That's your standard 3 times the blind raise.
Kido Pham, Jack 10. Tran has to be a little wary of Kido Pham after what has transpired. And indeed, 50,000.
Pham says you can take your standard raise and run it up the pole.
And for Joseph Hachem, pocket kings.
Oh, Hachem sitting on a big hand with 2 players who have already kicked up the stakes.
See how the world champ wants to play it.
I'll make it 150.
Well, that is a world champion maneuver.
We've had a small raise, and then a medium raise, and now a supersized raise.
Indeed. J.C. Tran says, no thanks. I'm getting out of the way. Now Kido Pham.
Kido thinking, but he should muck this. Hachem hasn't been that active today. You got to figure he has a hand.
I'm all in.
Oh, and that's another reason he can be called free roll.
Well, he's playing it like he's on a free roll. I don't know how you push a $250,000 all in there. That's a lot of chips, and you've got to know your beat.
And we might be seeing the end of the very aggressive Kido Pham now.
I'll call.
Of course, Hachem will make the call.
Show me queens. Nothing. Oh, yes, I got the best hand.
Hachem in great position to take command of this final table.
Be good to me, dealer. Be good to me, dealer.
Kido risked a $250,000 chips and his tournament life on Jack 10 offsuit. There are times to gamble a bit, Lon, but this wasn't one of them. Whoever wins this hand will become the overwhelming chip leader, the world champion, going to be in a great position to take down this title.
Why don't they ever believe me, man?
Jack.
Jack 10 for Pham, King for Hachem to the flop. Oh! Jack! Yeah! 2 jacks on the flop.
That is preposterous, Lon.
That did not happen, did it?
How does bad play like that get rewarded? I assume the poker gods are playing roulette today.
Oh, my goodness. Kido Pham with trip jacks on the flop takes command. Now you know why Joseph hates to watch the cards come out. 6 of clubs on the turn, misses Hachem.
There's nothing in there he'd want to see.
Oh, boy.
Well, Lon, her husband needs a king to knock out Pham. Otherwise, the world champion will be crippled.
Here's the river card. It's an ace, and Pham takes the pot. Wow, and just like that, our former chip leader's on life support.
What a blow.
What a disappointment for Jeannie Hachem and her husband Joseph, who thought he had this tournament in his back pocket. Wow.
I say I feel it. I feel it.
Joseph Hachem could sure use some of that sugar he handed out earlier, because that was a very bitter pill to swallow.
The World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light.
Back inside Bally's Casino, Joseph Hachem still visibly shaken at this Bally's Circuit event after Kido Pham cracked his pocket kings and crippled him.
Well, I like it. Luck better than skill.
Well, you do hear that a lot around the poker tables, but exactly how do luck and skill intermingle? We looked into it in this edition of The Nuts.
I was right!
I need to get lucky on this hand.
Luck versus skill, everyone likes to talk about, what are the percentages and this and that. You really can't put a number on it.
That really depends on what kind of time frame you're looking at.
I'm feeling lucky!
Because on any single hand, it might be 99% luck. But over the course of a day or a poker tournament, it might be 50% luck, 50% skill. Well, over the course of a month or a year, well, now it's probably 90% skill and 10% luck.
However, that 10% of luck could beat the 90% skill at any time.
The harder you work, the luckier you get. I think the top players, they manipulate luck.
Did you get blessed with quads here?
You have to use your skill to create your own luck.
I'm going orange.
There's a reason why the same players keep getting there over and over and over again.
Cloutier wins the bracelet.
I was due.
It's because of the skill factor.
Great call. Wow, great call indeed.
All you can say is this, on any given day, I could lose to anybody in the world. But over a year, over 10 years, over 20 years, the best player is going to get all the money. That's just the way it is.
There it is. Doyle's done it.
You know, Lon, if there weren't luck involved, I guess Phil Hellmuth would win every one.
Oh, boy, that will never go away. That's going to be on his tombstone. Joseph Hachem with just over 35,000 chips, dangerously low at this final table at this point. He will call the big blind with Queen Jack.
And he'll be feeling that last one for a long while. He could sail around the world and not forget it.
Scotty Nguyen now.
Why don't we all get along around here?
And now Hashem's up against Jack 10 again. JC Tran with ace-8 offsuit, and he will check his option, no raises on his big blind. Tran with the lead with that ace-8, and now the flop. Hachem grabs the lead by pairing his queen. Scotty with a straight draw. Scotty checks to JC Tran, and he bets 10,000. Didn't get anything on the flop.
No, JC's usually pretty tight. He's just trying to steal it right here.
Hachem with queens, just makes the call. Now they bet back to Scotty, and he will make the call on the draw. So our three players go to the turn, and Scotty now the front runner. He got his straight.
Scotty can't lose this hand. Hachem would have to hit a 10 to get a split pot with him. You see the percentages, Tran can't win it.
It's the spades on the turns.
Scotty checked to JC. JC, that's 15,000. And now with Hachem out, there'll be no split pot possibilities. Scotty Nguyen earns the check mark.
Raises 20,000.
Scotty to act.
20 more thousand to JC.
And he raises 20,000 more to JC Tran,
who has a pair of aces, but of course he's drawing debt.
Jack 10, Scotty?
Correct.
20,000, baby.
and JC re-raises to put Scotty all in.
What Scotty has left.
I call.
Scotty says
Scotty will turn over the winning cards and take the pot.
Scotty turns over. Jack of clubs.
Thanks, baby.
The 1998 world champion gets more dangerous with every chip he adds to his bankroll.
Flop actions on Joe.
This is Scotty the Prince.
First poker.
Prince
of Vegas.
You guys didn't know that?
Don't you guys forget that.
Who could ever forget Scotty Nguyen? Harrah's Rincon Casino and Resort was our most recent stop on the World Series of Poker Circuit Tour. 109 players from across the country came for a shot at the championship ring and the $370,000 grand prize. The final table featured some of the game's top players, among them Andy Block, who finished 7th, and Kathy Liebert. Kathy was the first woman ever to win a $1 million prize in a poker tournament, but fell short of the top prize here, finishing 3rd. In the end, Daryl Gigabet Dickin defeated Wei Kai Chang in an exciting heads-up match and took down his first World Series of Poker Circuit tournament. This Bally's Circuit event will pay over $450,000 to the winner of this final table. 5 players left. Kido Pham well in control with 625,000 chips. JC Tran in good position in 2nd place, followed by Scotty Nguyen with 168,500.
Lee Watkinson has been the invisible man at this table. Not much to play, but he's hanging in there. And Joseph Hachem, the short stack, still shell-shocked from that bad beat he took from Kido.
Over to the Prince of Poker on Milwaukee's Best Light Pocket Cam, Pocket Threes. Scotty's going to raise it up to 17,000. The blinds are at 3,000 and 6,000.
Small blind.
Joseph Hachem in the big blind.
She's on Joe. 11,000.
And we'll re-raise all in. Now Scotty.
I call, baby.
And Scotty Nguyen makes the call. So our world champion will have his tournament life at stake. He's behind with his ace-8 to Scotty Nguyen's threes.
And it's the 98 champion trying to take down the reigning champion.
Good luck, Joe.
Hachem at risk and very quiet.
I feel your pain, baby.
Scotty's never quiet.
Being eliminated.
Jeannie Hachem and Joseph Hachem may be looking for the nearest exit. And here's our flop. Jack 10 Queen. Not one straight draw, but two for Hachem.
Scotty's three is still good, but the odds favor Hachem.
Hey, how am I going to miss? Huh?
No. King, ace.
That would put us straight on the board.
For both of them.
Joseph Hachem at risk. Here we go. Oh, there's the ace. A pair of aces for Hachem. That's one step towards Scotty's scenario.
And the crowd happy to see that Hachem might be around a little longer.
Don't worry, king can come, baby.
A king would give us a split pot, but Scotty needs a 3 to knock out Joseph Hachem.
It's a 5, and Joe Hachem hangs on and doubles up through Scotty Nguyen. So you can sit down, Jeannie Hachem.
I still feel love, baby.
Was not that big a hit to Scotty Nguyen, but Joseph Hashem's got a few more chips to play with now.
And he is still solemn, still reeling from that bad beat he can't shake.
Joseph Hachem is still the short stack at this table. Kido Pham is the man to beat. We have quite a horse race here for the title at Bally's Casino. Scotty Nguyen will fold. Over to J.C. Tran.
Still looking for his first major title.
Kido's out.
Kido folds now to Joseph Hachem. King 8 offsuit, and once again moves all in. And Lee Watkinson with pocket nines makes the call.
And Hashem's bad luck continues. Watkinson hasn't played a hand since like last Tuesday, but he finds a pair.
First hand you picked up all day, yeah?
Indeed. And once again, Jeannie Hachem a little bit anxious for her husband, who has all his chips in the pot, trailing the 2 nines, and now 3 nines of Lee Watkinson.
Jack of spades, 9 of
Hachem in deeper trouble now.
The news couldn't be much worse than that.
Watkinson's girlfriend Timmy cheering on her boyfriend.
Hashem's going to need like runner, something or other.
Turn card is an 8. That's not part of any runner scenario. Watkinson wins the hand, and Joseph Hachem, the reigning world champion, is gone.
Joe, what are you doing, baby? I'm trying to help you out to make it come back, baby. What are you doing?
Hachem with nothing to be ashamed of here.
Good job,
Some words of encouragement from Scotty Nguyen, who understands the rigors that come with being world champ.
And Hachem gracious with Kido Pham.
Joseph Hachem getting a nice round of applause from the fans here at Bally's, and some consolation from his wife, Jeannie. And it was Watkinson that did knock off the world champion, but Kido Pham sent Hachem on the road to ruin. All in all, a solid return to the World Series spotlight for Joe Hachem.
I feel strong. I feel strong that I had a good, strong showing here, and I played really good poker. I came in today not wanting to make a mistake, and I didn't make a mistake. So I'm happy with my play.
Joseph Hachem and his wife take their leave.
See you later, guys.
And I'm sure they'll rest up and prepare for their next stop on his year-long tour. Blinds are at 4,000 and 8,000 at this final table. This is the World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, this Bally Circuit event. Kido Pham is the top dog.
We have 2 gamblers, Kido and Scotty, and 2 closer to the vest types, Watkinson and J.C. Tran.
3 Vietnamese players and Watkinson from the state of Washington. Pham is in the hand, raises it to 25,000 with Queen Jack. And now J.C. Tran will make the call from the big blind with ace-6 offsuit.
And when you're four-handed, ace is pretty good.
Tran pairs his kicker and takes the lead with that 6. He checked it over to Pham, who bets 40,000 with Queen High.
And that is your standard Kido in your face. I got nothing, but I'm still going to push you around the block bet.
Oh, that's why his nickname's just Free Roll. They couldn't fit that all in the card.
Much easier to call him Free Roll.
And J.C. Tran, with his pair of sixes and the lead, will make the call.
And he seems to think he's in the lead, calling down that big bet from Kido.
Now the turn card, and trip sixes for Tran, who earns the check mark. Tran can only lose his hand by folding. He's not going to fold. He bet 60,000.
Over to Kido, who's got nothing.
I raise 100 more.
Nothing but moxie. It's now 100,000 more to JC.
And there's your standard Kido in your face. I got nothing, but I'm still going to push you around the block. Raise, but I don't think JC can be pushed away on this one.
JC re-raises all in.
Kido should be checking the bus schedule right about now.
Oh, indeed. He quickly folds. Tran and his trip sixes win the pot. Oh, he caught Kido at just the right time.
Well, Kido bluffed off a couple 100,000 chips there, but that's his style.
Kido still has the chip lead at this final table, but J.C. Tran just got a lot more dangerous.
Tran says he's felt jinxed at final tables. Maybe today is his day.
So I guess I'm the king, right? You're the prince.
I don't know how, you
I gotta earn it?
You can be whatever, baby.
I gotta earn the title?
The Prince of Poker may not be crowning JC the king just yet, but Scotty might be surprised to learn that JC saw the '98 world champ as a poker role model.
Scotty Nguyen is pretty much my idol.
Your car gonna be all over, baby.
You know, growing up playing poker, I didn't know anything about tournaments until I saw him on TV.
That is our new world champion.
I looked at him and said, hey, look, there's a Vietnamese guy who just won the World Series.
We did it, man.
He's what gave me the confidence to come out here and play these major events. Over the past few years, I've made tons of final tables. A lot of the well-known players know me as a player that gets there all the time.
J.C. Tran finishes in 8th place. Give him a round of applause.
But, you know, the only problem is I haven't really won a major event, and by winning this, I will gain respect.
Good luck, baby.
Right now, it's a thrill, you know? Sitting at the table with my idol growing up.
That's right, baby.
It's a tough final table, but if Scotty can do it, I can do it.
You know who my idol was growing up, Lon?
Oh, my gosh, I have no idea.
The big boy at Bob's Big Boy. I thought when I get a little older, that could be me standing in front of the restaurant.
Oh, you never fail to surprise me, Norman Chad. Lee Watkinson kicks in his cards. Over to Scotty Nguyen. It's Scotty with a jack and an ace.
Money.
And he pushes in his 132,000 chips. Tran folds. Now to Kido Pham. Pham with pocket kings.
Call.
And he'll make the call. This is our degree all-in moment with Scotty Nguyen's tournament life at stake.
And Kido has Scotty Nguyen on the edge. And Scotty always leaves just enough beverage for an all-in.
Kings for Pham, ace-jack for Scotty, 8-2, 4 rainbow misses Scotty Nguyen.
And Scotty's still looking for an ace or runner jack or runner straight.
Still needs an ace, a running jack.
Now the turn card is a queen. Now Scotty just left with a river card to try to help him.
That closed almost all doors for Scotty Nguyen. Scotty will need an ace and an ace only, or his tournament is over.
Now the river card. It is a 3. Kido Pham earns the degree check mark while eliminating Scotty Nguyen in 4th place.
Scotty was short stacked at the start of this final table and really never got any momentum going.
His 4th place finish here at Bally's illustrates he is one of the most consistently strong players anywhere in the game. Big knockoff for Kido Pham.
I still love you, guy, baby.
Kido Pham extends his chip advantage with over 750,000 in the bank.
The Degree All-In Moment is brought to you by Degree for Men. Protects men who take risks. The 2006 World Series of Poker is presented by Milwaukee's Best Light, brewed for a man's taste, Miller Brewing Company, and in part by Harris Entertainment, home of the world's richest poker tournament.
Welcome back to the World Series of Poker presented by Milwaukee's Best Light. In the final table of the Bally's Casino Circuit event, 3 players are left Our chip leader right now is Kido Pham with 765,000 chips. Lee Watkinson, first to act. Lee finished 45th in the 2005 main event. He's got King Queen. He'll raise it up to 25,000. JC Tran now. Ace 3, and he will fold. The king of the table, Kido Pham, Jack 9 of clubs in the big blind. And he will make the call. And he'll find himself as the underdog going to the flop. And it is King 5, King Watkinson with 2 more kings.
An explosive flop, 3 kings for Watkinson and a flush draw for Kido.
And Kido Pham, first to act, bets 50,000.
All in.
And Watkinson moves all in with his kings.
I call.
And Pham calls on the draw.
Well, free roll Pham will call on the draw. He's pretty much pot committed.
Lee Watkinson with 3 kings, but does not look at ease with Kido Pham on the draw, Norman.
Well, you can never be at ease when a draw is coming at you. You're sitting there with 3 kings and your tournament life is at stake. You're going to be uneasy.
Queen of club.
Queen of club would give Pham his flush, but it would give Lee Watkinson a full house.
Now the turn card. Ace of clubs. Kido Pham with the flush. Watkinson in harm's way now.
Watkinson's going to need to pair the board or pair his pocket. He needs an ace, king, queen, or 5 to stay alive.
Now the river, it's a deuce, and Pham puts the tough beat on Lee Watkinson and eliminates him in 3rd place. Watkinson will take home over $138,000 from this Bally Circuit event.
Hey, baby. That was so good.
Another strong performance from Lee Watkinson. But we are heads up here at the Bally's Casino Circuit event. The amateur from Dallas and chip leader, Kido Free Roll Pham, will take on the consistent California pro, JC Tran, both players in position to seize their first major tournament victory.
I'm not a gambling type of poker player. I figure, if I have the patience and the cards, I have a shot at winning.
Aggressive, crazy, that's my game. I mean, I don't need to have a good hand to win a pot.
Kido, he's fearless.
I will play to win.
He's got a big stack and he'll gamble with me, and that's the last thing I want to do is gamble.
I might be out in one hand, early hand, but that's the way I'm gonna play.
Kido Pham with 900,000 chips to JC Tran's 440. 1 double up for JC, and they reverse their positions.
These guys have 2 contrasting styles, both looking for a breakthrough victory.
Tran with King Queen offsuit raises it up to 24,000. Kido Pham with Ace 8 offsuit is going to re-raise to 70,000. Who didn't see that coming?
Each of them with a pretty strong starting hand when you're in heads up.
And Tran will make the call. So Pham with the ace has the advantage, and these 2 will go to the flop. Heads up for the championship of the Bally Circuit event. Here we go. 6 ace king. Both players pair their top card, but Pham leads with the aces. Pham will check. Puts the brakes on. Tran checks behind him.
Both checking hands they've got alike. You see Kido bets when he has nothing and checks when he's got something.
Jack gives Tran a straight draw.
But the aces for Pham are still the best hand.
And that's worthy of 130,000 chips from Kido Pham. Now pause for concern from JC.
Tran's got to like his hand. He's got the kings and, as you mentioned, the straight draw.
And Tran will make the call, so we'll have a river card. Pham, 4-1 advantage. JC Tran needs some help here on the river. Now the river card, another jack. Kido Pham earns the check mark.
How much you got left, JC?
Yes, how much JC has left?
Now a count of JC's stack.
222.
222,000.
I'm all in.
Kido moves all in, trying to put Tran all in.
And as we know, if Tran were to call this all in, it would be all over. Kido Pham would be the winner of this tournament.
And, he faked it. Thought he was going to do it.
Tran with kings up, but Kido's got him beat.
Can you show me, Kido?
I will show you if you call.
Why did I put you on 2 9s?
JC doesn't want to call, but he doesn't want to be muscled out either.
And in they go. And this will be it. Kido Pham is your champion. JC Tran takes over $250,000 for second.
T, I love you, T. This is all for you, T. I love you, honey. Take care of the kid.
Kido always thinking about the family.
Kido calls himself
Thanks,
aggressive and crazy at the table. Now he can call himself circuit champion.
He played with courage and conviction, but when the day began, all eyes were on one man.
I want the sugar.
And throughout the tournament, Joseph Hachem played like a champion.
Yes, I want the best hand.
But in the end, luck was not on his side. With the sugar now passed to Kido Pham, the man they call Free Roll took down his first major poker title.
I told my family I'm just gonna play to win this time, and I'm really focused. This is forever right here.
Congratulations to Kido Pham. For Norman Chat, I'm Lon McCarran. So long, everybody.